I think this is just so obvious that it hardly needs saying. But I think it's really important that you find some people who you can trust. And they may be in the church. I was taught when I was at theological college never to have friends in the parish. Because other people get envious. And, well, I don't think I would say that now. I think there are some people in your parishes, and there are some people in the parishes where I was last an incumbent, that I trusted implicitly and would go and talk to. And I knew that they would hold my confidence and that they would be wise accompaniers of me in the life of the church. But you should find people outside the church as well. You should find a spiritual director. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter what you call it or what you do with them or how you do it with them. You need somebody with whom you can be yourself and with whom you can learn and practice vulnerability. I don't know how many of you have seen the TED talk by Brené Brown on vulnerability and shame. If you haven't, we'll play it over lunch or something. We'll download it, and I don't know whether we're allowed to do that, but go home and watch TED Talks, Brené Brown on vulnerability. She's a researcher. She's an American. She's a great talker, much better than I am. She researched on shame, and what she discovered was that vulnerability, being vulnerable, is an essential in human identity and esteem. And we don't do vulnerability very well when we're expected to know everything and know all things and always be right and always be in charge. There's a really interesting set of inquiries as to how do top leaders do vulnerability. You might reflect about George Carey and Rowan Williams and Justin Welby and think about how have they done vulnerability, or have they been invulnerable? And what is it that attracts you to them actually is their vulnerability. So find people you trust. Doesn't matter how many, but if you survey your life at the moment and think, how many people can I go and say anything to about anything, about me? Can you count them on one hand? That's enough. But if you can't put any on that hand, you need to find someone.